You probably know it too. Your neck is stuck. You can't turn your head properly to the side. Every movement hurts and is uncomfortable. We have a solution. You will find it out now in this video. And in the end, there is one more bonus exercise that makes it especially easy for you to do something for your neck. So stay right here. Let's take a closer look at how such a cervical spine glucose can come about. You must know back here the entire neck is full of muscles. These are many different strands that pull to the side, pull down to the spine, also pull from the back, from the head to the collarbone, to the sternum in front. A giant package. And when this giant package, because we no longer move the head so diversely, becomes firmer and shorter, gets more and more tension, then it gets blocked more and more. You can no longer turn your head properly, you can no longer hyperextend properly, and it is necessary to properly stretch and make more flexible again and again. And we are going to do that now. Perhaps once again in a very illustrative way, so that you can see what happens in everyday life. Example tennis game. You are watching a tennis match from the grandstands, and there are balls being played from left to right and up and down, short balls, long balls. And your eyes goes with it, your head moves along the ball movement. Watching the same game on television looks like this. Because the camera captures all the movements and you are just stiff. We are not prepared for that. And this is an example of what happens in everyday life. Now let's start with the first exercise. The first exercise is best done sitting on the chair, aligning yourself nice and straight. And then you do the following. You roll your head forward. That means your chin wants to go towards the larynx. And if the chin is at the larynx, or as close to it as possible, then you further support this movement. Reach your finger upward and roll even more inward. And then you notice it pulls across the entire neck, across the entire cervical spine. It may also be the case that it pulls down into the thoracic spine. You are pulling yourself deeper and deeper in there. And make sure that your head not only goes down, but also rolls more and more inward. So that the chin practically remains at the larynx. You are going into the intensity that can still be positively tolerated. Breathe in nicely. Make sure that your upper back does not bend along. That would be an avoidance of stretching as far as the cervical spine is concerned. You keep going further down, curling up more and more. And now comes our strength training. You are now doing the following. You don't just want to lift your head up, but you also want to roll it back at the same time. Also reversed. Unroll, don't roll up. And relax again and roll further in and pull further down. And again. You roll over and the head in general wants to rise. You relax again, roll in, and the head is pulled further down. And then you slowly come out again. Head goes up and you roll over. A bit of a strange word, but you know what I mean. Feel inside. If you notice that something has already changed, which is quite possible, then give a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it quickly in between so that you don't miss out on such great exercises. We move on to the second exercise, also a very, very important exercise. Now it's more about the muscles. Also pull down the left shoulder with the left arm, turn the head 45 degrees to the left, go over the head with the hand, take the chin towards the larynx, so roll the head a little. And then you move the head forward down to the right. And now you notice the stretching less centrally, but more on the left side into the entire neck, depending of course on where you are most shortened and tense. And we take our time so that the muscles and fascia can relax nicely. Deep inhale, go a little deeper on the exhale. Choose the intensity that is just bearable. And then you tense upwards, backwards, upwards to the left to be precise. In between, maybe straighten up a bit again, relax again, let go, and pull yourself further into the stretch. The more relaxed and deeper you breathe, the better this entire relaxation is. And again, you pull your head back up and to the left, relax, and pull it further into the stretch. And you slowly come out again. Slowly out again. If you haven't given a thumbs up yet and now you notice an improvement, then please give it to me now. Would be happy if you notice something. Pull the right shoulder down. There, where the shoulder is pulled down, you look, reach with your hand over the head, pull your chin towards the larynx and move into the stretch. Pull your head forward down to the left. And feel where it pulls. You probably feel it clearly on the right side of the neck. Make sure not to bend the thoracic spine. Only the head wants to move while being pulled slightly to the left and forward. Always go deeper into the stretch. And now move your head backwards and upwards to the right. You are holding it tight, that's why nothing is moving. Always be careful with the cervical spine. And you move further forward down to the left. Breathe in nicely. And again you pull back up and to the right gently but still strong and clear. Loosen up and continue pulling forward down to the left. And then you slowly come out again. Move a little. You can find more exercises for cervical spine blockage here. Click on it, you'll find great videos. So now we come to the next exercise, the third exercise. Now we hyperextend. You can lean back comfortably so that you have a little support from behind. And now you take the right index finger and the left index finger, one to the forehead, the other to the chin. And first of all, you bring your face, I would say, further and further into a parallel shift backwards. And then you realize it doesn't go any further back. And then you gradually lift your chin more and more, but only as far as necessary to deepen the stretch. And be careful with this stretch. Stop immediately if it is too uncomfortable, because most people find this overextension completely unfamiliar. They do not want to do it anymore, since they are not used to it. And that is why the body must first get used to it. Strictly speaking, the muscles and the fascia need to get used to it. Always go further into the stretch. But as I said, you don't need to do anything as extreme as I do. Walk in a way that is just barely tolerable. At some point, you will also notice the tension in the neck here at the front. And then, but really only very carefully, come up slowly. Hold it and then relax again. By the way, if you notice something like dizziness or feel unwell, then immediately stop the intensity and do a little less. 2-3 days later, it will probably become less and less, and then you will manage it. But let the body get used to it. Be careful with the cervical spine, and then you slowly come out again. And now we are going to do a very important exercise, which interestingly has a lot to do with your neck. But it is different. Move to a corner. If you don't have a corner, go to a door frame and first extend your arms horizontally to the side and then a little higher. Take 1 foot back, 1 foot slightly forward, and gradually move into the corner. But important, go to the corner with the upper end of the sternum. When you notice that your hands are sticking too much to the wall, you bend your fingers, press with your fingers against the wall so that your carpus can lift off, place it further in, fingers stretch out, and you go further in. So you can always work yourself further into the corner. And when you realize that the intensity is enough, then you stay there and wait until everything can stretch nicely. The muscles must yield, the fascia must yield. Look and feel in that the intensity is not too high, that it can still be tolerated well. And breathe deeply. You will notice the deep breathing, especially intensely during stretching in this exercise. And now you press with both hands against the 2 walls, but in a way that the body doesn't move at all. Press really tight. In contrast to the cervical spine exercise, you can now press firmly with the shoulder. Loosen up again, put your hand around it, go a little further into the stretch. And make sure the intensity must be just bearable. And you may be wondering, what does this have to do with your neck? A lot. Because if there is too much tension in the front, then the neck partially gets involved in this stress as a counterbalance from your shortened chest muscles. And that's why you will notice right away when we go out, not only does everything in the front relax and feel good, but also the neck feels more relaxed. And again, you press against the walls, relax again and go a little further in and then come out of the corner. Oh, I love this feeling. You and me too. Do you notice how your neck also becomes free? It is completely free here. Your neck is free. Oh, how wonderful. I am lying on our neck hero, and it's so wonderfully relaxing. As you can see. Caution, many people fall asleep on it. That's why it's good to do it in the evening. It helps to have a better sleep. This stretches the neck nicely due to gravity without any effort. And you can also intensify it by raising your arms up, then even more tension is added. So a wonderful device. I love it, try it out. You can get information here. Here you will find more efficient exercises that can help you with a cervical spine blockage. And there you can subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done it already, I urge you to do so. Don't forget to activate the alarm bell so that YouTube can inform you when a new video is released. Goodbye,